Hi, everybody. Thank you for attending the GREE webinar series, session number 2, titled Level Up. My name is Aaron, and as you may remember from our first session, I am the GREE DevCom Ninja. You can talk to me directly via the email address listed here, us-devcomninja@gree.net. You can also communicate with us directly via our developer forums at the website listed, forum.developer.gree.net. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the move to social gaming, the use of platforms in general, and why GREE Platform is a fantastic way to accomplish what you need. So what I'm going to do is talk in general terms about why you want to make your game social, why a platform helps you do that, and why GREE Platform is a good option, is the best option for you. After I have discussed this, I'm going to walk through an open source game that I've done a basic integration with GREE Platform called Robot Finds Kitten. I will give you some information more about how you can get that later. This presentation will last about 30 minutes. Afterwards, we will open the floor for some Q&A. Please remember, you can submit your questions throughout this presentation to our moderator using the chat box, and then we will collect these and answer them at the end of the presentation. So my presentation today does focus on iOS for the code and the sample game. If there is enough interest, we can definitely put together an Android-specific version of the presentation. So again, please make sure to leave that in your feedback. We're always looking for new ideas for future webinar events, looking for what interests you as our developer community. So please make sure to let us know via the forums or directly through email. Finally, you will be presented at the end of this presentation with a very quick survey. It would be very valuable to us if you could take a few seconds to go ahead and fill that out once you're done watching the presentation. Thank you very much, and with that, let's get on with the show. So, as game developers, our goals are really twofold. We want to be able to make games that are awesome and fun to play for our players. But we're also businesses, and we want to make sure that we're making money while making fantastic games at the same time. So it's important that we never lose sight of either goal. As you may or may not know, I like to wear a lot of different hats, both literally and figuratively. So right now, I'd like to don my Professor of Anthropology and History hat. To be honest, someone should probably stop me from impersonating these things, but c'est la vie. So human beings are by nature social creatures. As such, we're drawn to those things that help us facilitate that molecular need and desire for social interactions. Historically, games have helped fulfill that need, going all the way back to the days of chess and that crazy Egyptian game that we've got the boards and the pieces for, but no agreed upon rule set. Games are intrinsically a social affair. It isn't really until you move into the 80s and 90s with console video games that this really brought back into a single-player game experience. As we move forward into the days of social games on the web, and now with modern mobile computing devices, we're seeing a resurgence in that availability of adding that social element back into games. So the next question is, why a platform? We understand social is great. So what does a platform do for us? The first thing we need to understand is to define what we mean by platform. The platform is that thing that connects all of your different games together through common elements and exposing visibility of the components and contents of that platform to the players, the users of the platform. So that statement is fairly dense, so the best thing I'd like to do is kind of look at some examples of what I mean by that. Xbox Live, for example, is a platform for console video games. iOS is a platform for mobile applications. And in turn, GREE Platform is a platform for mobile games. So what does this mean to you from a business perspective? On GREE Platform, what this means is you can acquire a user once, and utilizing the platform, that user will be exposed to other games and content on that platform, allowing you to help funnel these users into other games on the platform. Additionally, by tapping into the existing framework of players, you can immediately begin taking advantage of that organic player acquisition through use of the platform. So, this brings us to why GREE Platform specifically. GREE Platform really provides you some of the best tools to help you accomplish these goals. So we realize that there are a number of different platforms that are available to you to use. But there are some specific things about GREE Platform that really set us apart. GREE Platform is a dedicated gaming platform. It is a network of games for gamers. GREE Platform additionally is completely cross-platform, supporting iOS and Android, as well as Unity on iOS and Android, and Adobe Air, again, on iOS and Android. GREE Platform has been built from the knowledge and history of two proven successful ventures. GREE Japan has a proven track record in the mobile social gaming space, and OpenPaint has a proven track record of mobile social platform. The tools that GREE Platform brings to the table allows you to lower your user acquisition costs, increase your player engagement, hitting up that inherent desire and need for social interaction that we've discussed previously, as well as maintaining and increasing player retention. So what I'd like to do now is talk about a couple of these specific tools that GREE Platform allows to help you with this. The first is leaderboards. So I'm going to ask everybody to take a small step back in time with me for a moment. Mentally, of course. I'm afraid the government confiscated my DeLorean. So the year is 1982. It's Saturday morning, and you have a pocket full of quarters to dispose of. What do? Head down to the local arcade and see who put out the high score on your favorite arcade stand-up, of course. For me, it was Galaga. I won't hold it against all of you Xevious fans, though. In this example, the local arcade was your platform. The friends and circle of acquaintances that you knew from that arcade were your social network. Leaderboards really started with this. So GREE Platform allows you to build on this fundamental concept, allowing you to branch out to cross-platform iOS and Android, allowing everybody to submit and view these high scores across the board and compete with everybody on the network of millions of users. The second feature that I'd like to talk to you about is achievements. So there is an entire generation of gamers out there that don't know a world without achievements. This was really pioneered and brought into the mainstream by Xbox Live. With GREE Platform, you are able to move beyond the restriction of a single console or a single device. And by taking advantage, again, of that cross-platform capability and exposure to millions of players, you will be able to engage your players in better ways than ever. So finally, the last two things that I'd like to discuss are invites and sharing. These are somewhat new concepts to the gaming market. This really started with Facebook. With GREE Platform, you're really allowing for a more focused approach to invites and sharing. As this is a network of games specifically with game players on it, this information will automatically be more interesting to the attendees and members of the network. Again, with invites, this allows for things like closed-loop virality, allowing you to track from invite through to install. These features really enable you to improve the player's experience by making your games more interactive, social, and ultimately more fun. In addition, these features enable you to lower your user acquisition costs and increase the lifetime value of your players. Thus, the GREE platform offers a huge value both to your players and to you as a developer. So now that we've talked about things in a very abstract sense, I'd like to go ahead and take a look at some code examples and show you a demonstration of things running in an actual game. As I mentioned, I have taken an open source game. The game is called Robot Finds Kitten, and the port to iOS was done by a gentleman named Jeffrey Calloway. I have implemented the 4 specific features that we've talked about. So let's go ahead and jump over to Xcode, and we'll take a look at leaderboards and achievements first. Before we look at specifically those features, I just want to briefly show you some of the simple integration steps. You can see my project here. You can see the 2 GREE libraries that I have imported into my project. In addition, as part of my application delegate, a couple of simple imports and setting up another protocol for the GREE platform delegate for my main app delegate. Here you can see the group of settings needed to set up the platform, as well as your initialization values. I'll trust everybody here not to steal my super secret test game information. But you can see here we've enabled some increased log levels just so I can get some better debug output, and enabled the GREE widget, which we'll see in just a few minutes here. So specifically, let's go ahead and take a look at leaderboards and achievements now. You can see a handful of the header files that I've included to support high score, the leaderboard itself, as well as achievements. And we'll go ahead and jump down in our code here. So for leaderboards, what you can see here is we are constructing a GREE score object, and as part of that score, we define both what leaderboard it is associated with and the actual score value. Given the nature of the game that I have implemented, what made the most sense was using a time-based value for the score. This is actually something that is inherently supported by GREE Platform, using either a straight numeric value or a time-based value. So I am including the score here. And then one last thing that I want to point out about general GREE platform information is this submit with block section here. Those of you that may be relatively new to iOS may not be super familiar with block code. Definitely take a look. Apple has some great information on their website about this. Block code is just another way of allowing for callbacks for network calls that are being done so that you can see when a particular method has completed. In this case, once the score has actually been submitted, I receive this a callback to this block of code. So let's go ahead and jump up to the achievements that I've defined here as well. Again, this is a very basic integration. It made the most sense to define some achievements for how many kittens you find in a single playthrough of the game. I have defined 2 achievements, one for when you first find a kitten, and another for when you find 3 in a single play session. So here is the block of code. It's really a one-liner. We are creating an achievement object using the identifier that comes with the achievement when you have configured it through the GREE Developer Center. And again, there's that block code for when the achievement unlock has completed. Another interesting piece that I have added in here is this notification. And what this does is it adds a GREE branded notification to the screen when the achievement has actually been completed. Again, it's a one-liner piece of code, and once we're done here, I will actually include my source code up on the forum post when we provide the recording for this presentation. So now that we've looked at what the code itself looks like, let's go ahead and jump over to the iOS simulator so that you can see what this looks like in action. So the game comes up. You can see I've already logged in. It has stored my information. At the bottom of the screen, you can see our GREE widget, which gives us easy access to the in-game dashboard. We'll go ahead and play through a session here. And just to give you a brief rundown of what's happening, the white hashtag is your character. You are a robot, and you're trying to identify which of these other random characters on the screen is a kitten. No, this isn't a kitten. This is an empty shopping bag. So we'll go over here. I think this is it. And there we go. I found the kitten. Here's our notification telling us that the achievement has been unlocked. And we're good. We can now launch into our GREE dashboard and take a look at the leaderboard to see, there we go. My high score for this game is actually 3 seconds. That's really fast. So we'll go ahead and jump back out of here, and let's go ahead and take a look at the invite and sharing code. So we'll flip back over to Xcode. So again, basing the information on number of times that you play through the game, I have given the player 2 opportunities for doing both share and invite. So this code that we're looking at here is for the share. It may look a little intimidating, but to be honest, it really isn't that bad. Both the invite and the share are subclassed from the general GREE pop-up system. And this allows for a consistent UI for the player when they're going through different games on the platform, allowing for easy recognition. Pretty much all of the code that I'm using here for these pop-ups is actually taken from the sample game that is the sample application that is included with the SDK when you download it. So definitely, I suggest download the SDK, take a look at that sample application for some more of this information. As part of the share, it does actually support adding a screenshot to the share as well for when you're broadcasting out that aha moment for the player. That is what this code in this block here is doing. And then all of these blocks are really just the callbacks for the different ways that the pop-up might go through. When it will launch, once it has launched, when it's going to be dismissed after it's dismissed, etc. The common paradigms for iOS programming. Finally, you will just use your UI view controller to force a show on the pop-up. For invites, the story is very, very similar. You construct the pop-up, creating a custom text field, and then supply the same set of callback blocks. There is an additional optional piece component here that I have not added, and that is allowing you to specify the players that will be invited for the invite pop-up. The default behavior, like we're going to see here, is you will be prompted to invite all of the people that are on your friends list that do not have your game yet. So now that we've seen what the code looks like for both invite and share, let's go ahead and flip back over to the simulator, and we'll play through a couple more sessions just so that we can see these pop-ups in action. So here's our game again. We'll go ahead and play another couple of sessions here. And here is our invite pop-up as I discussed. By default, on this account, I have 3 friends that are not playing this game yet. They are all default selected. Here is the message that you have defined as part of the pop-up, and I'm going to go ahead and send the invite. So let's go ahead and play through another couple of sessions here. And I do believe, here we go. And there again is my other achievement firing. Okay, there's our invite pop-up. And then this time we should be able to see our share pop-up. Here we go. So there is the message that you have created as part of your pop-up. In addition, the player can add some of his own messaging to this as well. And it does support sharing this message out to Facebook and to Twitter beyond just the internal GREE social network itself. And you can see here is the screenshot that has been captured from that code that we've shown. So this really concludes the presentation. We'll go ahead and take a few moments now to answer some of the questions that you've submitted during this presentation. And then afterwards, as I said, I'd like to remind everybody, once that survey pops up, go ahead and take 5 or 10 seconds to fill that out for us. It might take you 15 if you're running a little slow, but that's okay. We won't hold it against you. Thank you, everybody, and have a great day.